Factoring trinomials is not hard. It's not hard at all. And I'm not sure why teachers don't teach it the way that I do, but you guys, if you want to learn how to factor, learn from me, Gina, the nerdy math girl. Here you go. So we have these 4 problems up here. There you see them? They all look a lot alike, but every one of them have different answers. And so I'm gonna show you my method for doing this. It's gonna make factoring so much easier. You're gonna be glad that you watched this video. All right, here you go. First, you're gonna start with 2 sets of parentheses, because if you have a trinomial, you're gonna factor it into 2 binomials. You have an x here and an x here. So far, so good. All right, whatever the first sign is, that's what sign you're gonna put right here. All right, the second sign is a little different. If it's a plus, it means the same as the other. Same as the other. If it's a minus, it means different from the other. Okay? So this is a plus, so that means same as the other one. So here's the first one, so this is the same as that one. There you go. Easy to do. Now we're just gonna talk through some of the signs for just a minute. So like here, you have 2 parentheses, an x and an x. The first sign is positive. The second one, it says negative, and that means different from the other one. So this one was positive, so you're going to choose one that's different from the other one. That's it. Okay, look up here. We have x squared minus 5x minus 6. We put our 2 parentheses, x, x. The first sign is this minus. Second one, this set has a minus, and minus means it's different from the other one. So the other one was minus, so this one's going to be plus. Ta-da! And here you go, this last one, x, x. First sign is minus. The second one, it says it's the same as the other one. The same as this one. So there's a minus, this is a minus. All right, you're almost there. Yes. Okay, every single time, what you're going to do, you're going to take numbers that multiply to give you 6, that add to give you 5. I don't care if it's positive 5 or negative 5. Here, multiply to give you 6, that subtract to give you 5. Okay, over here, multiply to give you 6, that subtract to give you 5. Multiply to give you 6, that add to give you 5. And we're always going to put the bigger number first. So multiply to give you 6, that adds to give you 5. You should be thinking 2 times 3, but we're going to put the bigger one first. And if I FOIL this, first times first gives me the x squared. Outside times outside is 2x, and inside times inside is 3x. So 2x plus 3x gives you that 5x. Last times last, 3 times 2 is the 6. All right, if you have this, you have multiplies to give you 6 and subtracts to give you 5. So this is the one that people forget about all the time, and it's the easiest one. It's the one that you learned first. So if you can't think about it, then you go like this, okay? If you're ever like at a loss, you can't figure out what to use, then you say, all right, well, there's 1 times 6 gives you 6, and 2 times 3 gives you 6, and then once you go, so you're going 1, 2, 3, right? Once you get to 3, you've repeated it, so there's nothing else. So you think, which 2 of those subtracts to give me 5? And it's 6 and 1. We put the bigger one first. Yay! To get that middle term, remember outside times outside is negative 1x, inside times inside is positive 6x, that's where you get the positive 5x. All right, so now we're coming over here. We got the same thing. Multiplies to give you 6, subtracts to give you 5. Multiplies to give you 6, subtracts to give you 5, that's again 6 and 1. See how this looks a lot like this, except the plus and the minus are in different places, and it totally makes a difference. All right, here, multiplies to give you 6, adds to give you 5, that's 3 and 2. We're gonna put the bigger one first. Okay, this is not bad. If you follow this kind of pattern, then factoring is really easy. So look, we have some other ones down here, and we are just gonna talk about them. I think we can see those. So here you go, 2 parentheses, you have an x and an x. This first sign is positive, so I put that here. Second sign is negative. That means you want different from the other one. You want this to be different from that one. And you need 2 numbers that multiply to give you 10, that subtract to give you 3. Now, hopefully you can figure that out, but if you can't, you go 1 times 10, 2 times 5, and you say, oh look, they subtract, ta-da, to give me 3. So put the bigger one first. All right, let's go down here. These 2 right here are very similar looking problems, have very, very different answers. So x, x, first sign is negative. The second one is the same as the other one. Okay, so same as this one right here. Okay, it's not that these 2 are the same, it's that this one's the same as the other one. Multiplies to give you 13, multiplies to give you 30, and adds to give you 13. So if you can't figure it out right away, you say, all right, well, there's 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10. Can you see that 3 times 10 is going to add to give you 30? There's more. 4 doesn't go into it. 5 does. 5 times 6. And then once you do 6, you're repeating, so you don't have to do that anymore. So multiplies to give you 30, adds to give you 13, or 10 and 3. Put the bigger one first. Now down here, x, the first sign's negative. The second one is different from the first one. So if this one's minus, this one's a plus. Multiplies to give you 30 and subtracts to give you 13. Okay? It subtracts to give you 13. And if you look here, it's the 15 times 2. Put the bigger one first. And again, you can multiply these out. You can FOIL them, distribute, whatever you like to call it, and you'll be able to see that you factored this right. All right. Here you go. So think about it with me. X, the first sign is positive. Second sign is the same. These two are the same, so that's going to be positive. Multiplies to give you 8 and adds to give you 6. Think about it. 4 and 2. Put the bigger one first. All right, here we go. X, the first sign is negative. The second one is different from the first one. So if this is minus, this one is plus. Multiplies to give you 32. Subtracts to give you 4. So I don't really care if it's negative. Multiplies to give you 32, subtracts to give you 4. If you can't remember, if you can't think about it, then you're going to say there's 1 times 32, 2 times 16, 3 doesn't go into it, 4 times 8. There it is. Okay, 4 times 8, that subtracts to give you 4. So put the bigger one first. And then I just want to show you this one, which is kind of dumb the way I wrote it. Okay, it's dumb. Because nobody ever writes 0x. This would really have said x squared minus 16. But I just want to show you, this is a special case. It's called a difference of squares, but I want to show you why it works based on what I just did. X, the first sign is positive. The second one is different from the first one. So if this one is positive, this one's negative. Multiplies to give you 16 and subtracts to give you 0. So all you can get is 4 and 4, right? Subtracts to give you 0. And so this is how you do a difference of squares, but the truth of the matter is this would only ever have looked like this. So you just have to understand how this relates to everything else. And then when you get a difference of squares, it is easy to factor. Do you see how easy this is? Don't you think that everybody in the whole wide world should teach it this way? So listen, I'm going to make another video, and it's going to have, instead of just x, it is going to have a number in front of the x, a coefficient. And so it's going to make it, I'm going to make it so easy. It's using the slide method, and it rocks. So if you like this one, then make sure you can do this one before you hit the next video, the advanced one for factoring.